Hello, this is going to be a walkthrough of the homemade jukebox that I've been building for my brother-in-law's 40th birthday. Just finished it last night. It's essentially a working jukebox that is built with a Windows computer and speakers and buttons, and I'll go through all that stuff. But this is what it looks like off, and it's just made from plywood and MDF, and it's just a cabinet that it's about 4 feet tall, and all the good stuff's inside. The buttons operate choosing the songs as well as power and some other things, and we'll go through that. You do select your songs, or you insert the USB with all the MP3s on there. It'll go through that as you boot it up to see what the songs are, so that it'll display on the screen. And I've got a bunch of these USB drives with different music. So this one's classic rock. So I filled that with like 200 songs, and you boot it up, and it just kind of starts off random, just choosing whatever songs that it comes up with, but you can select them as well. So let's just go through it. I'm going to turn it on. So the cool thing is it's this power button. It's on a switch that has like a control. The power turns the computer on. All the other devices are on the rest of the switch outlets, and they don't turn on until the computer is on. So that one button turns everything on, including the monitor, speakers, fan. There's a fan in the back. So with one button, you can control the whole thing as well as turning it off. So the software is called DWJukebox. It stands for like DOS Windows. It's a really old program. It's been around for a long time. They haven't updated it in a long time, but it works with Windows 10. So that's great, because Windows 10 has a really easy, quick boot up that you can, use the power button. Normally, you hit the power button on a computer, and the whole thing, shuts down improperly. Windows 10, you can do it with the power button, and it shuts it down really fast. I have had some issues with the software being a little unstable. It doesn't always seem to work right, and that's what's happening right now. For some reason, it gets stuck indexing, even though I just turned this thing on with this USB drive. Every time you swap out USB drives, it seems to get it a little bit confused, but it eventually goes through. And that's what it just did. So again, this is for my brother-in-law's 40th birthday. So cool thing with the software is you can customize it to no end. There's so many options. You can change the graphics, the fonts, the complete layout. So I have a button here called Skin, which is the template or the design. So I'm gonna press that. Here's another design. This looks like the whole jukebox. It's got the buttons and everything, so it doesn't really match because I already have the buttons. But it does look pretty cool. Here's another one. Oh, I think I may have disabled the other one. All right, there's a few more. This one matched the color I wanted. It's just showing pretty much the songs and a couple other things. The graphic does cycle through every couple minutes. It changes the graphic, but you can customize a lot of this stuff. When you select songs, and then it starts filling up the screen here on the bottom, so it's not just a big black area down there. So let's just look at the songs real quick. This is classic rock. So they all have a number, and you just, it's a 2-digit number. So you come down here on the buttons. So let's just pick, let's see, what's a good one. We'll do Riot Outlaw. So it's 29. 29. Select. So it popped up real quick, but you can hear it's like a record kind of scratch noise, not scratch, but when it loads up on a record, you hear shh. It's got that built in. It's an audio kind of just little bells and whistles to make it sound more like an old school jukebox, and that's pretty cool. So, immediately started playing. You can load up the songs. We'll pick another one. Boston, Feeling Satisfied. So right now we've got Outlaw playing, and then queued up is Feeling Satisfied by Boston. Get that, fix that up. You can have album art over here, some other things, but I kind of ran out of time. Birthday parties in 2 days. I've been working on it for 2 months. So this is the way it is, and hope he likes it. I learned a lot from this. I am going to build my own one and probably add some other stuff to it and maybe spend more time tweaking it. Okay, so the song's playing. You can skip it. You can hit random and leave it. And it'll play random songs for as many songs as you have on here. I've been testing this, having it on all day, and it just plays random songs all day, and it doesn't play the same one over. It keeps the list of what it's played already. So that was pretty cool to have it in the background. So if you wanted to, put in your classic rock USB right here, just let it go all day. I've got Billboard Top 100 of the 80s. I've got, heavy metal, flash drive, all kinds of different ones. So whatever you're in the mood for, you just stick it in there, boot it up, hit random, and you're on your way. So it's on random right now. There's nothing coming up because I haven't selected any song. Hit skip, and it's just going to pick something. Another good song here by REO Speedwagon. So the other buttons would be, page. You can cycle the pages. There's the pages are dynamically created as it boots up randomly. So just because David Bowie's on 01 this time, it's not going to be on the next time. It's all different. So every time you boot it up, you get different song selections to look through. So I'm going to page through real quick so you can see. And when there's no song in the background playing, you hit the page button, it makes like a noise, kind of sounds like a jukebox changing the page, and that's pretty cool too, which, I'll turn off random, then I'm going to skip, and that'll turn it off. So now you can hear the noises when you change the page. So we got people that just walked in, so 1 second. All right, well, I got people that just came over, so I'm going to try to speed this up. But anyways, that's one of the sound effects, and again, there was a record sound effect, and all that's customizable as well. So pause, you can pause it. Power shuts it off. Select is after you hit the number, you select the song. So that's all the buttons. I've got a volume knob that came with the speakers. I just got some Logitech speakers, and they weren't the greatest, but in this cabinet they sound really good because of all the bass and the noise, kind of like a big speaker box. And that's the subwoofer that came with it. Then on the sides, the standard left and right speakers, stereo speakers. So just real quick, gonna get inside here. So I got this Velcroed so you can get in for access. It's kind of dark. Let me grab a flashlight. I've got this bezel around the monitor Velcroed also in case I need to get into the buttons if they don't work right. So a lot of wires for the buttons. The buttons all have LED lights, so they have wires for that, and then they have whether you press the button or not. So there's a lot of wires connecting to different things. Down here is what controls the buttons. So all the buttons go into here, and I control that device with a piece of software that says, okay, that button means you press whatever letter. And then the letter or number does something with the Jukebox software. So all that connects into the computer down here. And we got the speakers, the power switch, just a lot of cables and things. So altogether, this thing is, I think, 100 and something pounds. It's pretty heavy. The MDF is pretty heavy. That's the wood on the side, it's thicker. That stuff's pretty heavy. So I don't need the flashlight anymore. Turn that off. So that's the top. You can get in. You can also get in from the back if you need to. Turn the flashlight on. So here's that power switch. It's a kind of a different kind. I've never seen it before, but it's just everything is off of the bottom is on the, it's called slave, and then there's one that's master, and when the master's on, everything else turns on. So that's kind of a neat little power supply. I gotta clean up some sawdust in here, but it's all mounted in there and pretty snug, so I can move around. I got a vent. Then we got this, regular computer power cord into this switch little deal here, and that makes it so I can, unplug it and have it nice and flush against the wall. And a fan. So just real quick to finish up, probably be building another one of these pretty soon. I did like the outcome of this one. There are some issues with the way I've cut the wood. There's a little gap over here. So I've learned a lot, and it was fun, but it took a long time. But the outcome was awesome. We're going to have a party tomorrow night when people are going to come check it out and listen to some tunes. So just wanted to show people, because I know they're going to ask some questions, and hopefully I answered everything in here. I'm not going to be building these for everybody. It took too long. Maybe one day I can make a business out of it or something, but I definitely need to fine tune it a little bit more. But I think it's pretty cool, and it does get loud and rocks out, and hopefully Kevin will like it. See ya.